These are the top 10 players who played in the UEFA Women's Euro 2025. Number 10. Geraldine Reuteler. I can remember thinking, while I watched Switzerland play Spain in the quarterfinal of the Euro, that Switzerland needed two Reutelers. If they could have a clone of her in their attack, Switzerland could have had a shot at winning the game, especially after Laia Aleixandri got her yellow card. However, she was amazing in her more defensive midfield role. It takes one of the best to completely shut down Alexia, and that was exactly what Reuteler did in that game. She wasn't just recovering balls but intercepting passes and just being a menace on the pitch. She actually had the most interceptions of any player in the tournament, even though she did not make it past the quarterfinals. She also ranked third for combined tackles and interceptions. While she played in the attack in the group stages, she was Switzerland's biggest attacking threat. Her work on and off the ball were immense. She's the only player in this ranking who did not make it past the quarterfinal, but there was no way she would have been left out. She was just that good. Number 9. Cristiana Girelli. Cristiana Girelli scored the most important goals for Italy in this tournament. After Italy won their first game in the group stages, she scored their only goal in a draw against Portugal in their next game to secure Italy a place in the quarterfinal. She then went on to score both goals in Italy's 2-1 win over Norway in the quarterfinal to send her team through to the semi-final. This was a historic feat, as that would be Italy's first semi-final in the Euros since 1997. The fact that she did all this at 35 years old was just amazing. She wasn't just staying in the box, she was dropping into midfield to help with ball progression and working hard off the ball to help her team defend. She won the most aerial duels in the tournament, and only Esther Gonzalez scored more goals than she did. She made history and deserves her place in this ranking. Number 8. Leah Williamson. There was some controversy around England's defense during the tournament, but this was the one player who never seemed to put a foot wrong. As far as centre-backs go, she was the best in the tournament. It felt like she was always first to every loose ball in the box. She was also one of the best passers in the Euro. She actually completed more long passes than any other player in the tournament. Having her on the team really took a lot of pressure off Keira Walsh's shoulders when it came to ball progression. Her decision-making off the ball was also really good. She always seemed to pick the right time to step out of the backline to defend. Her one-on-one defending was also outstanding. Most importantly, she led her national team to win another Euro. Number 7, Jule Brand. Jule Brand finished the group stages of the Euro with 2 goals and 2 assists. She played in all group stage games and had at least 1 goal contribution in every game. She did not have any goal contributions in the knockout stages, but that was partly because Germany prioritized defense in those games, and she was a big part of that. She actually finished the tournament with more successful tackles than any other player who played in the tournament. The sheer amount of effort she put into running opponents down to recover the ball was a joy to watch. Her ball-carrying ability was really useful for Germany in these games. She kept dropping into midfield to receive the ball and then carry it into the final third. And somehow she'd managed to get forward and make runs in behind every now and then. She was definitely one of the most hard-working players I saw in this tournament and played a big role in helping Germany make it to the semi-final. Number 6. Mariona Caldente. As usual, Mariona was world-class throughout the Euro, definitely the best winger in the tournament. Her contributions usually go unnoticed because she's good at everything and contributes in every phase of the game. She was the only winger who was just as efficient on the right wing as she was on the left. She also scored Spain's only goal against England in the final. She did miss her penalty during the penalty shootout, but I think we all knew Spain was going to lose if the match went to penalties. Penalties aside, she showed an insanely complete skill set for a winger. In Spain's game against Germany, where Spain struggled to impact the game, she was one of the players who did not look like they were struggling. She kept making runs in behind and Patry kept sending her balls over the top. When she had the ball to feet, she seemed to have no trouble dribbling past defenders. Her crossing was amazing, her pressing and defending were great. Basically, she was everything you would want in a winger. Number 5, Shoka Nuskin. I wonder what would have happened in the Germany-Spain semi-final game, if this player had been available. She was the biggest reason Germany made it past France in the quarter-final game. Catherine Hendrick had gotten a red card for pulling someone's hair in Germany's box in the 15th minute. Of course that came with a penalty that France converted to go 1-0 up. Germany was going to have to play the rest of the game with 10 players. Nuskin not only scored the equalizer to take the game to penalties, but was also the last penalty taker for Germany during the penalty shootout. Her penalty, which she scored, along with Anne-Catherine Berger's save of the next penalty, were what made it possible for Germany to make it to the semi-final. She's a really interesting midfielder. One moment, she's deep in her own half defending, and before you know it, she's making a run into the opponent's box to get onto the end of a cross. Her work rate was really impressive throughout the tournament. With her and Lena Oberdorf in Germany's midfield, Germany is only going to get more painful to play against. Number 4, Kosovare Asllani. Asllani finished the Euro with 5 goal contributions, only Alexia Putellas had more in the tournament. Taking her off in Sweden's game against England was a big mistake. She was one of the most likely players to make something happen for Sweden alongside Blackstenius and Rolfo. Especially since she had already scored in that game, and had had at least 1 goal contribution in every game Sweden had played before that in the tournament. She was also Sweden's captain. Anyway, all we can do is show respect for what she was able to accomplish in this Euro at 35 years old. She was definitely Sweden's best player, and it would have been nice to see what she would have gone on to do if Sweden had made it further in the tournament. Number 3, Alexia Putellas. All it took Alexia were 3 group stage games to get more goal contributions than any other player would get in the tournament. Unfortunately for her, that meant teams were going to target her as the player they needed to shut down, to win against Spain in the knockout stages. And that was exactly what happened. The fact that she did not get any more goal contributions in the tournament was more because Spain had not set up their left side to get the best out of her, than her underperforming. She showed a consistently high level throughout the tournament. Taking Alexia off in the final was a mistake in my opinion. It was not that she was missing her chances, she just wasn't really getting chances. Bringing Salma Paralluelo on for Esther Gonzalez could have really brought her into the game. Anyway, she still had a great tournament and deserves her place in this ranking. She had the most goal contributions in the tournament, and also made more key passes than any other player in the tournament. Number 2, Aitana Bonmati. Aitana was not at her best during the group stages of the Euro. We can't blame her though, she was recovering from viral meningitis. She would come alive in the quarterfinal in Spain's game against Switzerland. Switzerland put on an amazing defensive performance for the first half of that game. It was hard to see how Spain was going to score, all their attacks were getting shut down. In the second half, Aitana did what we've come to expect of her, and performed a miracle. She pulled off an insane backheel assist for Spain's winning goal in the 66th minute. I still don't know how she did it. Switzerland's defense was really solid and I couldn't see any space. Anyway, she went on to have an amazing semifinal against Germany. Her work on and off the ball was amazing in that game. More importantly, she scored the only goal in the game to take Spain to the final. It was an insane near-post shot past Anne-Catherine Berger of all people. Spain would go on to lose the final, but Aitana would be awarded Player of the Tournament. She didn't start the tournament at her best, but she grew into the tournament and showed up when her team needed it. Number 1, Patri Giharro. This is one of the few footballers I believe we can apply the term genius to. It's simply insane how she's always at the right place to recover the ball. We all know Spain is vulnerable in transition, but this only seems to be an issue with balls over the top, in behind Spain's defense. If you try transitioning through midfield, I don't know how, but you're going to run into her. She was only second to Elisa Sens in tackles and interceptions, and Sens was playing in a pretty defensive Germany team. Her passing only got better as the tournament wore on. Spain would definitely not have made it past Germany without her. With Germany's setup, Spain was going to have a difficult job playing through midfield consistently. Patri just kept playing balls over the top for Mariona to run on too. And almost all these passes were perfect. It's not surprising that only Alexia Putellas finished the tournament with more shot creation actions than her. After Patri's semi-final performance, England actually targeted her in the final by having Alessia Russo and Ella Toone alternatively mark her when Spain had the ball. I can't say it worked though. She was still amazing and actually created Spain's best chance of the game. Esther Gonzalez was unable to finish it unfortunately. Patri completed more progressive passes than anyone else in the Euro. She was the best passer we saw in the tournament. She was amazing in every single game and my choice for best player in the Euro. Please subscribe to support this channel. It means more than you know.